brass coins. Something I've always wanted to do and never really had the chance because I didn't have the machinery. So today I'm going to show you how I make my brass coins. Hey, what's up? The laser I'm using today is the Thunder Laser Aurora 8, which is a 100-watt MOPA laser. Having a higher wattage laser just really helps with speed. My coin of choice is a 3mm brass coin with reeded edges. That weight and thickness just feels right. Before each burn, I make sure that all my settings are correct and that all my images are exactly how I want them. These coins aren't very cheap, so every mistake costs money. Speed, power, and frequency are the three things I look for before each burn. To get a deep etch, I use a higher power with a slower speed and a lower frequency. This allows the laser to clear the most amount of material to get that deep etch. For my cleanup passes, I use a faster speed with a lower power and a very high frequency. When the coin is finished burning, it comes out not very smooth. It's a very matte finish, so I take it over to my buffing machine and give it a nice polish. The first bit I use is a round polishing brush, which really starts to take off some of that matte texture. This process can take quite a while, so I didn't show all of it, but removing that matte texture can take a little bit of elbow grease and a lot of patience. The goal of all of this is to make sure you have a very uniform polish. You want to make sure it's nice and shiny and very even. The next step in this process is to use acetone or some sort of a rubbing alcohol to remove any oil or grease that might have been left on the coin. And now for one of my favorite parts is dropping it in some brass black. This stuff will patina the coin really quickly and turn it black. It's such a cool reaction. The longer you leave it in this bath, the darker the coin will get. So it's really up to your preference. I don't know about you, but that thing looks delicious. At this point, I just pat it dry and make sure all of the excess brass black is off. And this is where some of the artistry comes into the picture. I start rubbing it on the cloth to remove some of that brass black to reveal that nice brass emblem. Next, I use some orange hand cleaner that has those really tiny pumice stones in there that act as a really fine abrasive. This works really well and it removes a lot of that brass black. This part of the process can vary in time because depending on the look you want, you might have to go through this a few times. Depending on how the brass looks, I might buff it one last time with a high grit sandpaper. This really brings out the sheen of the brass. And the last step is just to spray this with a couple coats of lacquer. If you want this coin to naturally patina, then do not lacquer it. Well guys, that is my process for this really fun project. If you have a fiber laser and you're looking to start doing coins, I suggest you try out what I've just laid out for you. It's super fun and the results are great. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to have one of these coins for yourself, you can check out the link in the description and you can see where you can pick one up. That's it for me today. God bless you, I love you, and thanks for watching. Peace.